You're banned from the family beach house forever. My stepmother's voice crackled through the phone, dripping with satisfaction. I've changed all the locks, and don't even think about trying to get in. This is what you deserve for ruining Lily's graduation party. I stood in my apartment, staring at the sunset over the city skyline, my grip tightening on my phone. Victoria, my stepmother of 12 years, had always excelled at making my life difficult. But this was a new low. The party you specifically didn't invite me to. I kept my voice steady, years of practice masking my emotions. The one where you told everyone I was too busy to attend my own stepsister's celebration. Oh, don't play victim, Alexandra. Victoria's laugh was sharp. Everyone knows you're jealous of Lily's success. And now you'll never set foot in that beach house again. I've made sure of it. I closed my eyes, remembering the last time I'd been there with Mom, just weeks before her cancer diagnosis. We'd sat on the wraparound porch, watching the waves crash against the shore, while she told me stories about how my grandparents had built the house from scratch in the 1960s. The house isn't yours to ban me from, Victoria, I said quietly. Your father signed it over to me last month. It's mine now, and I don't want you anywhere near it. You're just like your mother, always thinking you're entitled to everything. A small smile played at my lips. Thanks for letting me know about the locks, I said, then hung up before she could respond. Walking to my home office, I opened the bottom drawer of my filing cabinet and pulled out a thick manila envelope. Inside was the trust document Mom had created 3 months before she passed away, along with the deed to the beach house. She'd known Victoria too well, had seen how she manipulated my father and slowly pushed me out of my own family. Alexandra, Mom had said, her voice weak but her eyes sharp as ever, the beach house is our legacy. Victoria's been trying to get her hands on it since the day she married your father. I won't let that happen. I'd been 20 when Mom died, and Victoria had wasted no time consolidating her power over my father and our family home. But the beach house? That had been placed in an ironclad trust with me as the sole beneficiary, managed by Mom's longtime friend and lawyer, Margaret Sullivan. My phone buzzed with a text from Victoria. I've already told the local police you're not welcome here. Don't embarrass yourself by trying to break in. I forwarded the message to Margaret, along with a brief explanation of the situation. Her response came within minutes. Time to show our cards. I've got all the paperwork ready. Before I could reply, another text came through, this time from my stepsister Lily. Mom told me what she did. You deserve it, you know. You've never been part of this family anyway. Lily, 3 years younger than me, had been Victoria's perfect weapon since the beginning. Every achievement of mine was overshadowed by Lily's needs, every family event arranged around her schedule. The graduation party I'd supposedly ruined? I hadn't even known about it until I saw the photos on social media. My father called next, his voice tired and distant. Alexandra, please don't make this difficult. Victoria's just trying to protect our family's harmony. By banning me from my own family's beach house, I asked, the house Mom's parents built? Victoria says you've been causing problems. Maybe it's better if you just give everyone some space. I thought about the trust documents in my drawer, about Mom's foresight in protecting our family's legacy. Don't worry, Dad. I won't cause any problems. I'll handle this my way. After hanging up, I booked a flight to coastal Massachusetts for the next morning. It was time to pay the beach house a visit, but first, I had some calls to make. An hour later, I sat at my kitchen table with a cup of tea, making notes as I spoke with Margaret. We outlined every detail, every legal document, every step needed to reclaim what was rightfully mine. Victoria had no idea what was coming. The local police have been notified, Margaret assured me. I've sent them copies of the trust documents and deed. They understand you're the legal owner and will assist if needed. I thought about Victoria's smug voice, her certainty that she finally won. She'd spent years trying to erase Mom's memory from our lives, replacing family photos, redecorating rooms, even trying to convince my father to sell Mom's beloved garden nursery. But the beach house? That was different. That was sacred ground. One more thing, Margaret added. I've documented all of Victoria's attempts to access the trust over the years. The judge will be very interested in seeing those records. I ended the call and walked to my window, watching the city lights flicker to life as darkness fell. Tomorrow, I would stand on that wraparound porch again, breathe in the salt air, and reclaim the piece of Mom that Victoria thought she could steal. My phone buzzed one final time. Another text from Victoria. I'm having your mother's roses removed from the garden tomorrow. Time to let go of the past. I didn't respond. Instead, I packed my bag, carefully placing Mom's trust documents inside along with the old photos of us at the beach house. Victoria thought she was erasing history, but she was about to learn that some legacies can't be stolen. As I set my alarm for the early morning flight, I smiled, remembering Mom's words from that last summer. Sometimes, sweetheart, the best revenge is simply standing your ground and letting others realize how badly they've underestimated you. Tomorrow, Victoria would learn exactly what that meant. The early morning fog rolled in from the ocean as my Uber pulled up to the beach house. Through the mist, I could see Victoria's red Mercedes parked in the driveway, right where Mom's garden shed used to be. New security cameras blinked from the corners of the house, and a large "No Teorias Passagens" sign had been posted at the entrance. Perfect timing. Before I could even step out of the car, Victoria burst through the front door, her designer workout gear a stark contrast to the weathered charm of the old house. Behind her, Lily filmed everything on her phone, probably ready to twist the narrative on social media. I told you you're not welcome here, Victoria shrieked, marching down the shell-lined path. I'm calling the police right now. Please do, I replied calmly, pulling my suitcase from the trunk. In fact, I already called them myself. They should be here any minute. Victoria's face reddened. You entitled little. The sound of police sirens cut her off. 2 patrol cars pulled up, and Officer Sarah Martinez, whom I'd spoken with last night, stepped out. Mrs. Harrison, Officer Martinez addressed Victoria. We received your complaint about trespassing, but there seems to be a misunderstanding. Ms. Alexandra Parker is the legal owner of this property. That's impossible, Victoria sputtered. My husband signed the deed over to me last month. I pulled out the trust documents. Dad couldn't sign over what wasn't his to give. Mom put this house in a trust before she died. I'm the sole beneficiary. Lily lowered her phone, her smug expression faltering. Mom, what is she talking about? Officer Martinez reviewed the papers. These documents are clear, Mrs. Harrison. Miss Parker owns this property. Any attempts to bar her from entering could result in criminal charges. Victoria's perfectly maintained facade cracked. This is ridiculous, James, she screamed toward the house. James, get out here now. My father emerged, looking smaller somehow, more grave than I remembered. His eyes widened when he saw the police cars. Dad, I said softly, did you even read what you were signing when Victoria asked you to transfer the house? He shifted uncomfortably. Victoria said it would be better for the family, that you were too busy with your life in the city to care about maintaining the property. Too busy? I pulled out my phone, showing him photos from my regular maintenance visits over the years. I've been paying for the upkeep, the taxes, everything. The trust has covered all expenses since Mom died. That's why none of your attempts to change the utilities into your name worked, Victoria. I added, watching realization dawn on her face. You never had the authority. You manipulative little. Victoria started toward me, but Officer Martinez stepped between us. Mrs. Harrison, I suggest you step back and contact your lawyer. Any physical threats will be taken seriously. Victoria's lawyer arrived 30 minutes later, his face falling as he reviewed the trust documents. I watched from the porch, Mom's porch, as he explained the situation to Victoria and my father. The trust was ironclad. Not only was I the legal owner, but Victoria's attempts to claim ownership could be considered fraud. The locks need to be changed back, I announced, standing up. And the security cameras need to come down. They were installed without the property owner's permission. You can't just throw us out, Lily protested. This is our summer home. I looked at my stepsister, seeing not the confident bully she pretended to be, but the scared girl who'd always hidden behind her mother's protection. I'm not throwing anyone out, I said. This house has always been a family home. But it's my family's legacy, and I won't let anyone erase that. Victoria stormed off to her Mercedes, peeling out of the driveway in a spray of gravel. Lily followed shortly after, but not before giving me a look that held more uncertainty than anger. My father lingered, staring at the rose bushes Mom had planted along the walkway. I never knew, he said quietly. About the trust, about you maintaining the place, Victoria said. Victoria said a lot of things, Dad, I interrupted gently. Maybe it's time you started questioning them. He nodded slowly, tears in his eyes. Your mother would be proud of you, standing your ground like this. I learned from the best, I replied, watching as he walked to his car. As the property manager arrived to change the locks, I walked down to the beach, letting the salt air wash over me. The waves crashed against the shore just as they had that last summer with Mom, constant and unchanging. My phone buzzed with a text from Margaret. Everything go okay? I smiled, taking a photo of the ocean view and sending it to her. Better than okay. I'm home. The fog was lifting now, revealing the crystal clear blue sky Mom had loved so much. Victoria had tried to steal this piece of my history. But some things couldn't be taken. They had to be earned, protected, and cherished. Just like Mom had taught me. Over the next few weeks, the beach house transformed back into the sanctuary Mom had always intended it to be. I rehung the old family photos Victoria had stored in the attic, replanted Mom's beloved hydrangeas, and restored the hand-painted tiles in the kitchen that told our family's story. Victoria, predictably, wasn't going down without a fight. Her lawyer sent threatening letters, which Margaret handled with professional precision. When that failed, Victoria tried turning the rest of the family against me, spinning tales about how I'd stolen the house from under her. But something unexpected happened instead. One sunny morning, as I was repainting the porch railings, a tentative knock caught my attention. There stood Lily, looking unusually uncertain without her mother's shadow looming over her. "Can we talk?" she asked, fidgeting with her car keys. I set down my paintbrush and gestured to the porch swing Mom had installed when I was 12. We sat in awkward silence for a moment, listening to the waves. "I found these in Victoria's desk," Lily finally said, pulling out a stack of papers. "They're letters your mom wrote to you before she died. Victoria never gave them to you." My hands trembled as I took the letters, recognizing Mom's elegant handwriting. "Why are you showing me these now?" Lily stared at the ocean. "Because I'm starting to realize that maybe everything I thought I knew about our family isn't exactly true. Dad's talking about divorce," Lily admitted. "And I owe you an apology. All those years, I believed everything Mom said about you being jealous and vindictive. But you were just protecting what was rightfully yours." I thought about all the missed family dinners, the excluded holiday celebrations, the carefully orchestrated events designed to keep me on the outside. "It was never about the house, Lily. It was about preserving Mom's memory." "I know that now," she said softly. "Those letters. Your mom wrote about how much she loved you, how proud she was. Victoria kept them from you because she couldn't stand the thought of anyone else being more important than her." That evening after Lily left, I sat on the porch reading Mom's letters by sunset. Each page was filled with love, wisdom, and the kind of guidance I desperately missed these past 12 years. In the final letter, dated just days before she passed, Mom wrote, "Remember, sweetheart, our strength isn't in the walls of a house, but in the courage to protect what matters most." The next morning brought another surprise visitor, my father, looking older and more vulnerable than I'd ever seen him. "I've been a fool," he said, taking in the restored garden. "I let Victoria make me forget what was important." "Your mother? She would be so disappointed in me." "Mom understood more than you think," I replied, showing him her letters. "She knew Victoria would try to come between us. That's why she protected the house the way she did." Together, we spent the afternoon going through old photo albums I preserved. Dad sharing stories I'd never heard about his early days with Mom. It wasn't perfect, and years of damaged trust couldn't be repaired in a day, but it was a start. Victoria made one final attempt at claiming the house, showing up unannounced with a real estate agent in tow. "This place is wasted on you," she spat. "You can't even appreciate its market value." I stood in the doorway, feeling Mom's strength flow through me. "You're right, Victoria. I don't see this house as a market value. I see it as priceless." The real estate agent, upon learning about the trust and the property's legal status, quickly excused herself. Victoria left too, but not before delivering one last threat. "This isn't over." But it was over. The truth had finally come to light, and with it came an unexpected peace. Lily started visiting regularly, slowly building the sisterly relationship we'd never had a chance to develop. Dad found his way back to himself, filing for divorce and rediscovering the man Mom had fallen in love with. As for me, I kept my apartment in the city but spent every possible moment at the beach house. I hosted family gatherings, real ones, filled with laughter and love instead of competition and manipulation. Mom's garden flourished again, her roses climbing the trellises just as they had when I was young. One evening, as I sat on the porch swing watching the sunset, I found a hidden envelope taped beneath the armrest. Inside was one final note from Mom, written in her familiar hand. My dearest Alexandra, if you're reading this, it means you found your way back home. I knew you would. You've always been stronger than anyone gave you credit for. This house isn't just wood and stone. It's our history, our love, our legacy. Take care of it, sweetheart, but more importantly, take care of yourself. You are my greatest achievement, and don't let anyone ever make you forget that. All my love, Mom. I held the note to my heart, listening to the waves crash against the shore. Victoria had tried to steal my inheritance, but she failed to understand that the real legacy wasn't in a property deed or trust documents. It was in every sunset viewed from this porch, every shell collected along the shore, every memory of love that even she couldn't erase. Mom had known that all along, and now finally so did I.